An LG remote control cannot manipulate a Samsung television because they cannot communicate, they cannot interact. But the moment you bring a Samsung remote control, the first thing you will notice is compatibility. When Satan discovers that his product that he brought to entice you is actually resonating with something you have inside of you, then he can change your channel. I've been long enough in ministry to see ministers whose channels were changed. A preacher came to my city, very bold, and he began to preach righteousness, and he was bold about it. Suddenly the city began to gather before him. As at the time he had a congregation of 700, could raise all kinds of money. My city is a poor city. For you to raise $1 million in my city, you must be helped of God. Fortunately for him, there was a girl we knew on campus as fair as a nightingale. We knew the lady. She was the one that robbed young ministers of their future ministry. The giants, they lost their name in her corridor. So when we went there for a church service, we now discovered that that girl was a secretary. There were like 3 of those ladies on that campus that had that ranking. I remember those 3 ladies on campus. It was many years later that my eyes opened. The failure of ministry in that city is traceable to those 3 ladies. The whole city, just 3. You see, the agents of darkness know the reason why they were sent. Do you know what it means to have a sent mentality? Do you know what it means? They tell them, this preacher, that preacher, this preacher are the problems we have. So they know who they are fighting before it is too long. When you have a sent mentality, even if the place looks like a fortified city, you begin to see the weaknesses of the arrangement because you are moving with a sent mentality. Those people know their objective. They know they are sent. Someone that is sent can afford to suffer a while just to gain the advantage that is needed for him to be properly placed to fulfill his mission. And that was how that lady was able to gain her position as the secretary of that man. It took a sent mentality to achieve that. If you have a sent mentality and you know what you are called to accomplish, you are likely to reject a job that will take you away from the circumference of your mission emphasis. That one has more pay, it has more pleasure, it has more possibility. But because you have a sent mentality, you come around the assignment to find an opportunity. I came to tell you that Satan is planning against you, and the only way you will survive him is that you must have a plan yourself. So those 3 ladies had a dossier of the possible ministers of the future that will become a potential threat to the kingdom of darkness, and they were deployed early on before the people became popular. I was not first 12 on our campus. When they say people are anointed, they won't count me. The real anointed people, oh Jesus Christ. There was one of them, he was a king of dry fasting. He goes 21 days dry like a hobby. He was the one that taught me how to fast. That God did not give him power gifts, but I have it in my spirit. So if I do a little fasting, power will come out. He was a king of dry fasting. Somebody offended him and he fasted dry and cursed the person. The impact was more than using camel